Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I'm back. Had a little technical difficulties, but back to the subject. I'm not gonna get emotional because, like I said, there's no need for that. It's over now, and I learned my lesson from it. If you learn your lesson from it, that's good. If you learn your lesson from it, you learn. You learn, you learn, you learn. And it's always good to learn. As long as you learn from events that happen in your life, and as long as you make it better to make your life better to keep the events from happening again, then you really don't have to worry about anything else. But one of the things I wanted to say was watch who your friends are because, you really don't know, what people think about you or really if they're praying on your downfall or praying on you to just be in this space in life that you don't want to be in. But I just want you guys to just be careful who you call your friends because not everybody is for you. I grew up with a girl, and I'm not saying no names, I'm not blasting anybody, and I'm sure she may see this video today, but it's fine. I'm sure she's probably somewhere getting her revenge from God, and I hope so because, I didn't deserve what she did to me because I'm a nice person, and I've always cared about people and for people, which has always been my downfall because I'm always so worried about the next person, and I don't have my own back. So I had to, I had to stop trusting everybody. I had to stop calling everybody my friend. I had to just stop, all of that just to, for God to just call those people out who I was wondering who wasn't for me, basically. But like I said, I had this friend I grew up with. We grew up with each other from the age of, I say about 10 all the way up until now, until I cut her off a few years ago. So this girl was supposedly my friend, grew up with me, did everything with me. We was very close growing up. We went to elementary school together. We did everything together. Like I said, this was my best friend. So after I moved away, like I said, I moved. And, my mom wanted us to have a new environment. She didn't want to stay in Memphis because of the environment. It was bad and a lot of stuff was going on. So she wanted to get us away from it. But when we moved back, when we relocated back to down south, I met a lot of people. I started to connect with a lot of older friends who I didn't really talk to in a long time, which I didn't know that could be bad for you because I thought the friends you grow up with are going to be your friends forever. Like, I didn't really expect for her to switch up on me or, do anything shiesty like that. I wasn't expecting that at all because we grew up together. And I just thought if nobody had me, at least she would because we've been knowing each other so many years, and that was my biggest fear of not moving on and getting new friends because, I don't want to go and tell my business and all that stuff to new people when I could link up with my old friends that I grew up with and, who knows everything about me, just keep rocking with them. But, it don't always work like that. So I came back down south, for school, for Lane. So I started going to school and, we would have breaks every now and then, Christmas break, fall break, spring break. And for one of the breaks, I had came back home to my grandmother's house. And because I just didn't want to go back home to my mom's house, y'all, I was in college. I was just trying to I was trying to be on some grown stuff. I was just trying to, have my little fun while I could. So I went to my grandma's house for 1 year Christmas break. And this was sophomore year, I could believe. Christmas break, sophomore year, like I said, I was at my grandma's house, and one of my friends hit me up from that I knew way back since I was younger, like I said. She hit me up asking me if I wanted to link or whatever, to go out and, have fun with her, girls' night, at her house. So, I'm down for it. I'm back from Christmas break. I'm ready to turn up. This is my time to shine, So So, me being grown and, not listening to my grandmother who was telling me she didn't think it was a good idea to go. But, me being young, me being wanting to be out and, try to prove my point to everybody to show that I'm cool and I can do this and that. And, just wanted to link back up with those friends that I didn't even have no business being around. So, once I finally linked up with them, we ended up, she ended up coming with her boyfriend, and when I went outside they switched cars or whatever, like both of them wasn't in the car. So she told me to get in, and she was telling me she had to trail her boyfriend somewhere to drop the car off at his people's house or something like that. Just fast forward through all that because I couldn't remember all that. We was at a gas station, and then from there I think we ended up going to her house and, getting a little things like alcohol, little fun stuff like that. But that's where we were supposedly be staying and, having our little girl time, turn up time at her house. But changing plans, they ended up changing, and she ended up inviting this other girl. We went to go pick her up, and I didn't know who it was. It was one of her friends. So when we went to go pick the girl up, another guy got in the car, and I didn't know who he was. He came and sat next to me. And he just was talking to me, just saying, stuff here and there. I really couldn't understand it because I was lit, of course. I was drinking and I was probably high, I don't know. But, yeah, he was just talking to me, and I'm just like, who is this boy? I just met him. I don't really know him like that, so, he needs to stop talking to me. The fuck? That's what I was thinking in my head, like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't know you. So he was just, trying to constantly, come up on me, come on to me, and I'm constantly like brushing him off like, I don't really even know you like that. But, just because I guess of what can I say? The way that I was when we were all together, like I was just so excited to be with my friend who I haven't seen in a long time. Like we haven't turned up in so long. The last time I seen her, we was in like, grad school. So, not grad school, but elementary school. But yeah, that was like the last time I had seen her. And so, I wanted to reconnect with her and, have that little fun again, make that little bond again, get that little vibe going. But it turned up on the other hand. So after that, the little car situation, we ended up crashing at some guy's house that she knew. When we got to the house, some lady was laid out drunk on the couch. I didn't even know her. It was supposedly his mom, but I really didn't know the truth behind it. I'm just there thinking we about to turn up and leave and go back to her house. Like, when you out, you don't be thinking some stuff gonna go on, some crazy stuff gonna go on. You just going with the flow. This is my friend, I can trust her. We cool. We got so much history behind me. Us, this somebody who I can just be myself around. I ain't gotta be scared, nothing like that. So I'm just being myself. So we get up the stairs and we go in this room. And I guess it was the guy room that she was talking to. It had like a little baby crib and stuff in there. Like, it looked like it was his baby's room, and then his bed was in there. I guess that was his room in his mom's house. Who knows? But we sitting on the bed or whatever. We all talking, being cool, vibing or whatever. So the guy pulled out some weed and he tells me to roll it. So of course I'm gonna roll it. I'm a smoker, so of course I'm gonna roll it. Hand me the bag. I'm gonna roll this shit up, period. But ladies, don't smoke with everybody. Don't trust everybody weed. Don't trust everybody you smoking with. Don't do none of that because people not who they say they are. You have to have your own back. I don't care if they was somebody you've known for 25 years. You don't trust them. You don't let them just talk you into doing some stuff you don't want to do, for one. To be honest, yeah, I should never took that weed and rolled it because, for one, it wasn't good weed. It was laced weed. It wasn't legit. And for two, they was basically trying to give me half a drug to take advantage of me, come to find out. So as I'm rolling the weed, I rolled the weed all the way up, and I light it. So I started smoking it, sitting in rotation, blah, blah, blah. And so the blunt's going around in a circle, and no one's hitting it. Crickets. And the girl who so-called to be my friend said that she didn't smoke marijuana when the blunt got to her. So at this point, I'm like, hi. And I'm like, what's going on? Why am I the only one smoking? So at that point, God just had to turn on my senses and be like, something not right. So there it is, the good feeling that was telling me, something not right. So as I started to, figure out why they weren't smoking, knowing that everybody in the fucking room smoked, I didn't want to, wish nothing bad on it, but, you never know what people thinking. You know what I'm saying? You never know what people want to do to you because they see you on top. They see you making it in life. They see you making good decisions. They see you, this kid that they really want to be, and they can't because they don't have the same mindset or the same dedication or hard work that you do like you. That's why they come after you, to ruin who you are, ruin your character. So, like I said, after the blunt comes back around in me, by the time it comes back around in me, because everybody claimed they didn't smoke, I was, like, nauseated, like, feeling like I was about to pass the fuck out, like, black out type shit. So, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, am I just too high or something is really going on? So, at that point, I had never been laced or never been on any other drug, not even a pill besides marijuana. So, at that point, I instantly knew, something is not right. And, the guy standing up beside me on the wall making all types of hand gestures like this, telling me to be quiet and, just looking at me like I'm just a fucking outer space animal or some shit. Just looking at me. So, I started feeling dizzy and, nauseated, and I just started putting my shoes on. Like, it's time to go. I'm not about to kick it with y'all no more. I don't understand what's going on. So, I'm making eye contact with my friend like, bitch, let's go. What the fuck is going on? Like, it's time to go. So, I tell her I'm ready to go, and she instantly tells me, what are you talking about? We're not leaving. We're staying here. I instantly said, what? When I tell you I stormed out that door so fucking fast, I almost rolled and tumbled down the stairs. God just instantly turned on the light bulb and told me to get out, y'all. Like, that was the craziest situation I've ever been in. When I tell you I've ever experienced, like, someone trying to lace me and actually take my life. Who knows what could have happened to me if I stayed in there smoking that drug. And who knows what those guys could have done to me. Like, there's no telling. And I kid you not, the whole time when I went outside, I instantly called 911 and stayed outside with the police. Stayed outside until the police came. And when I tell you the only person that I had outside with me was a freaking stray dog that watched me the whole time until until the ambulance came. Like, the situation was so serious, and you never expect something like that to happen to you. So all your mind is doing is racing. You just nervous. You just don't know what's going on. You just want to go home. You're calling everybody in your call log to see if they're up. Just mind you, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's up. Everybody's asleep. Like, I had no one to call on. Like, when I tell you God was sitting outside with me that whole time until the ambulance came, and it was just crazy. But after I came outside, they came out the house looking for me or whatever and was asking me what was going on with me, trying to act like they didn't know what was going on, but they did. And what made that so true was when they came outside and got in the car and started video recording me and holding guns out and, violating me and talking shit about me on camera and saying how I wasn't this and I looked like a drug addict and I looked like I was off some shit. Like, that was the worst shit you could ever do to somebody, like, especially somebody you grew up with, somebody you actually built a bond with. Like, that's some fucked up shit to do to them. Like, I really don't understand, but you know what? I had so much anger in me built up from that event that happened. Like, I was in such a dark place after that because I just feel like I really did have nobody. I couldn't trust nobody after that. Like, it was just crazy. And I'm trying not to, get emotional right now because things like that are true. You think you have these long lifetime friends and all of that, and that's just, It's bullshit, okay? You have to really watch your back and see who's really for you. Pay attention to people reactions and their actions and their emotions. Like, pay attention to all of that. I really couldn't pay attention at that time because, remember, she popped up, out of nowhere. And I really should have just blew her off, but it was hard for me. I'm a sweet girl. I'm caring, as you can see. You know, I used to be so trusting and naive to let people in my circle, but now I've learned my lesson with that. So, you know, you guys don't ever have to worry about no shit like that ever happening to me again. I won't ever trust a soul again. Like, I don't care how much history we have. Like, I really don't care. Like, they really hurted me from the core. Like, I really didn't understand that situation at all. And, that was kind of the beginning of my path with Blueprint, because right before I started thinking about Blueprint, that happened to me. And, they say before a big blessing come, and then before you're happy in life, some bad stuff happens that'll try to, throw you all off the road and, keep you in this dark place and, things like that. But, if you got God on your side, he'll bring you out of that. Actually, he'll bring you right out of the storm. You don't have to do any more fighting, no more suffering. And that's pretty much what I was doing. I felt like I was in a hole, really. I didn't go outside. I stayed to myself. I wasn't in contact with no family. I was just so angry at, why would you want to do something to someone like that? I just really didn't understand that. It took my confidence away. I felt so ugly about myself. That was just, the worst shit for someone to ever go through, especially for someone to call your best friend. A girl that grew up with you, why would she even do that to you? Like, it still doesn't make sense to me to this day. But I couldn't God told me, when he came into my life, after that situation happened, and I was seeking God, asking him to help me get through it. And I was tired of suffering and, feeling like I wanted to die pretty much because of that situation happened. I got tired of feeling like that. I said, my mom was telling me I had so many things going for myself. I was in college. I, shouldn't let nobody, throw me off of the grid, off of the map like that, because I had so much going on for myself. Like, the girl was really trying to, come in and ruin my freaking life, like, literally, and I didn't understand why. But, God helped me through all of that, and I appreciate him so much. Like, God has turned my life around, totally around. Like, I couldn't even picture this day, actually, 2 years ago, because I was so hurt. I was hurting. Like, I didn't know what to do, who to turn to, who to trust. Like, it was a lot for me. But, one day, I just asked him, God, just please show me, how to be happy again, how to forgive people. And even though you don't want to forgive, even though you don't want to forgive and forget, it's best to forgive and forget for you, for your happiness and for your blessings to start rolling in. Like, you have to forgive and forget for God to bless you the way you want to be blessed. And I had to learn that. Like, even though they hurt me so bad and I wanted to go back for revenge and I wanted to get all these people to, pay her back, like, I really did want that girl. I wanted her gone. And those guys, like, I wanted them gone. But I just had to, sit back and, let God handle it, because if it was handled by me, I would probably be in prison right now to this day, fighting for some shit that, that I should have let God handle, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't worth it at all. I just had to, grow up out of that and, forgive her. And I actually went back and I forgave her, like, for all of that. I left her a long message on Facebook. I found her on Facebook, a couple months after the incident, and told her that I was really, really, really hurting from it. And I didn't appreciate that at all. I didn't understand why. As bad as I didn't want to talk to her, as bad as I didn't want to inbox her, as bad as I feel like how big of a fool I was for inboxing her or for trying to get back in contact with her was crazy. Like, that was some crazy stuff. But, you know, God told me I had to forgive to move forward in life, or I was going to still keep hurting. I just wanted to be happy again, so I just did anything I could to be happy again. But after I was outside of that house, after I was outside and the ambulance and police came, I instantly got on the ambulance truck. They hooked me up to so many tests, you know, to see if my heart rate was good and I was breathing okay, and if, you know, to keep up with, you know, everything that was going on in my body. That was just the first time I was ever in the back of an ambulance truck. That was just so scary for me. I didn't know what to think. I didn't have my mom there. Nobody was there but the ambulance. Like, I was so scared. Once I got to the hospital, I thought everything was a joke. I was literally asking people, is this a joke? Am I really going through this? Have I really been laced? Has somebody really tried to kill me? Like, I didn't really understand that. Like, it was just all new to me. So, like I said, you can't expect for everybody and everything to be good and 100 and okay and legit. Forget these people. Don't let nobody try to prove they point to you for how 100 they is. If they not. If they are, you know how 100 they are. But don't try to be around people to try to gain cool points, or be around people to try to impress other people. Be around your people, okay? Because they're your people for a reason, and those people are going to be the ones that make sure you're okay. You know, you shouldn't really care about the outside of the crowd, the other side of the crowd. It really doesn't matter, you guys, okay? For your safety, stay with your people, okay? Even though I thought the girl was my people, like, damn, out of all people, I thought she was my people, but the devil looked good too. The devil was once the angel too. So I'm guessing that's the same situation. Like, it was crazy. So after I got to the hospital, and they ended up, after they checked me in and all of that, they ended up having to put an IV in me to, you know, flush the drugs out of me. And I was out until the next morning, until the next day around like 1 o'clock that day. I didn't go home and get discharged from the hospital until like 1 o'clock that afternoon. The next day, because like I said, it was like 3 o'clock that morning when that stuff happened. So I was in the hospital just knocked out until, you know, I got released. But when the doctor came back into the room, she had told me I had benzodiazepines in my system, which is a horse control pill. It was very shocking, and I just wanted to know why. Like, I laid there on that bed just asking myself, why? Why me? You know what I'm saying? Why did this have to happen to me? You know, what caused her to come after me out of everybody? Why me? You know, I was a good girl. I had a lot of stuff going for myself. I was so nice. I was so sweet. You know, I just would do anything for my friends, and they knew that. Why take advantage of someone like that? You know, who you know have your back and who you know won't hurt you. Why would you do that? Like, it really didn't make sense to me. And it still doesn't make sense to me to this day, but I'm not going to worry about it because I know God is handling it. I've heard through other people that God is handling it. But, you know, I couldn't believe that, you know, all of that stuff was going on with me. It was just so new to me. You know, and then the doctor and nurses was asking me did I want to press charges and take it to court, but I did. But then again, I didn't even want to go through all that drama and dealing with the courtroom and, you know, dealing with her side of the family not believing her and the guys, you know, lying and making me look stupid and me having to fight for my word. And, you know, even though the doctors had evidence that I had fucking benzodiazepines in my system, people just will still turn that around and make it seem like you're fucking ballistic. And you know what happened. You know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that I don't understand. But, you know, that situation is over. I'm good today. I'm clean. I'm not harmed, hurt, destroyed by it. You know, they got it out of my system, and I'm so thankful for that. Because I really thought I was going to be a totally different person, like, after that. But those are all of the experience I had in life, and I just thank you guys for listening to that, because you know, they actually feel like I actually feel like I just lifted a weight off of my shoulders, because I always said that I wanted to share my story with the world, and you know, tell them what I was going through. And you know, it's a lot of people that see me as this cold-hearted blue that don't have no emotions or no feelings, or don't express her emotions to other people. And now you see why. Now you see why I'm not so open, and I really don't come off as open arm anymore to people. Like, I have to just kind of, you know, guard my heart and keep myself, you know, safe, to make sure nobody is not trying to harm me anymore, you know, things like that. But you should do that anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one should have to experience from a loved one, you know, that type of hurt, you know, that type of pain. No one should have to experience that. Nobody should have to wonder about their own loved one. Like, nobody should have to question nobody's loyalty, especially if they've been around since you were yay tall. Like, seriously, they must have had some issues going on in their own lives. Like, that had to be the case. But next topic. Favorite person in the whole world is my mom. Shout out to you, Tamara Huddleston. I love you. She's my one and only favorite person in the world. Like I said, she keeps me going, keeps my head on straight. Even though we bump heads because we both Taurus, it's okay because we always click back together, because that's my road dog. It's my mom. So shout out to you, mom. I love you so much, and I hope you get to see this video, and I hope you're proud about how much I'm coming out about myself and, you know, trying to promote my brand. My favorite color is blue. You guys knew that. Y'all knew my favorite color was blue though. My favorite food is hot wings and fries. That's my favorite food. I can eat that every day. I can eat wings every day, literally. With tongue twist sauce from Zaxby's. Shout out to Zaxby's. My favorite music is hip hop. I love soul music too. You know, I like a little Kalani, Janelle Monáe. I like SZA, Sabrina. You know, I have a couple artists that I like, that I listen to on the chill side. Summer Walker is a girl too. She's a go-to to listen to for the girls' music. Okay, she will put you there. Okay, she make good music. My inspiration is Zell Swag. He's a fashion designer. Some of you see him on Love and Hip Hop. He's so dope with designing dresses, which I would love to start designing prom dresses and wedding dresses soon, hopefully. But I have to practice on the basics first before I can become much of an expert at designing clothes. My role model is my mom. And Bernice Burgos. I love them too. And, you know, I look up to them because, you know, they're such beautiful, strong women. They've been through a lot in life, but they're continuing to stick it out because they have a lot of faith and they're good people. But that's all I have today, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Blueprint's YouTube channel. I pretty much told you a little bit more about myself. You know, a little background about myself, so you can know a little bit more about who I am, so that when I upload these videos, you don't be wondering, oh, who's that girl? Where is she from? What type of clothes does she design? Oh, who is she? The new girl on the block. You know who I am now. You have a little bit more, you know a little bit more about me, so yeah. That's all. Thank you.